I don't normally do these reviews. I am an author. I write science fiction and fantasy, but I used to have a podcast which used to review movies and books that came out. And I miss ranting about movies, and I miss gushing about movies and stories that I just love. And something I watched this weekend was Project Hail Mary. Now, if you don't know what Project Hail Mary is, it's a science fiction, based on a science fiction novel by Andy Weir. Andy Weir, although I've not read his books, his story is near and dear to my heart. The reason why is Andy, I believe, was a scientist or in the scientific field as such, whatever that may be. And he wrote online for like 10, 15 years. He wrote The Martian online, and he would just put chapters up. And that's how he gained a following. And then I don't know if he self-published his book. I should really do my research. But anyway, I'm not sure if he self-published his book or if a publisher contacted him. But anyway, his book got published. This is The Martian. And then he just took off to the moon. And everyone will think, well, that's an overnight success. But they forget that this man has been writing books or writing stories for probably over a decade or longer. So The Martian came out, which I've still not read the book, not watched the movie. I heard great things about it. And then he wrote Project Hail Mary, and this got made into a movie as well. And the reason I can speak about this, because like I said, I'm an author. I've got 26 books under my belt and counting. Some self-published, some published with a traditional publisher. And I can't tell you how hard it is to get a book made into a movie. It's not fucking possible. But Andy with the golden touch, sorry, Mr. Webb, we'll call you Andy like we're best friends. Andy with the golden touch has released 2 books, and both of them have been made into blockbusters. Like, it's unheard of. It's really unheard of. And it's really like, I can understand where the hate comes from. Like, other authors I've spoken to, like, he's not that good of an author. And it's just hate. It's just hate and jealousy. At the end of the day, he's a great author. He deserves all his success. But yeah, it's wild to think the man's just writing out books and Hollywood's just giving him money, like backing up truckloads of money. But anyway, so take this review with a pinch of salt, with however you can. But I've still not read the Project Hail Mary. I looked on Goodreads. It's done an amazing, like everyone seems to love it. It's written quite well, judging by the reviews, quite well. And the thing you'll find is, which no one talks about, the more popular you become as an author, the worse your rankings get, i.e. the book can be amazing, but because you are up there now, you're in the atmosphere, you're a big chief, a big don, haters will come out and just review bomb the book. I saw so many 1 stars on Project Hail Mary, and they didn't even read the book. It just, 1 star, 1 star. And they could be disgruntled writers or just people who want to hate. But judging from the movie, they did an amazing job. And I tend not to like IPs. When I say intellectual property, I tend not to like IPs that get turned into movies. So I tend not to like stories that get turned into movies, because you lose a lot of the nuances. You lose just the depth of an 800-page book. And I get it. You've got 2 hours in most cases, or an hour and a half, to condense a 600-page book into a story. Shit has to get cut out. So that's why I prefer series. And that's why I think The Witcher is an amazing series, although it kind of like as it went on. But if you want to do justice to a book, a series is by far the better move. Now, if Hollywood push like up to my door, that's some reversing. If Hollywood reverse up to my door with a truckload of money and wants to turn my book into a movie, by all means, I'm taking that check. But if I had the option, I'd always say I want a series. I need at least a 6 to 10 episode length series, like an hour at least, for one book. So one book will be season 1, book 2 will be season 2. You get what I'm trying to say. But yeah, so for me to come into this blind was, I think it was a good thing, because if I'd read the book, I'd be like, that's not how it works. So I kind of get people who love Harry Potter, who've never read Harry Potter, but love the movies. So you can kind of like dissociate yourself from the story, one story, and then you're into something completely different, if that makes sense. So I went into this completely blind. I didn't know the book, but I loved the movie. The movie the movie is one of these movies where Ryan Gosling is a star. He is pilot. Pilot. What am I talking about? He is a physics teacher or science teacher, some sort of fucking teacher of the scientific arts. And he gets recruited by the government to save the world. Now that is condensing that into a very small ball. So don't say any spoilers. I'm trying not to say any spoilers in this review. But the sun is dying, and there's a reason why the sun is dying. And Ryan Gosling has the scientific knowledge to why the sun is dying, and he has to help save Earth. Not even Earth, help save the universe. And the movie starts with him waking up not knowing who he is, which is quite like, it starts bang. There's no prelude of, he's in his classroom one day, helping kids learn science, and then the government comes. There's none of that. There's no Independence Day sort of build up to this. It's not even an alien attack, to this catastrophe that's going to happen. It's like bang, which I was thinking about this the other day. As you can tell, this video is not scripted. I'm going to go round the houses anyway. I was thinking about this the other day. Movies back in the 80s, 90s, no, movies before the internet, there was a slow build up to shit. Like, it took time. Like, you got to learn the characters, and it was like you got to see part of their lives, and not any of that anymore. Everyone's on their phone, social media, internet. Let's get going. Tell me the story. What's going on? It has to be bang. It has to start with a bang, and it has to be very fast paced. So I truly believe that this movie was made before the internet. It'd be a lot slower, but as it is, we're in digital AI era. Everything is fast paced. Everyone's on their phone. A woman's phone did go off in the cinema. I was watching this, which I was quite pissed off about. But anyway, so yeah, the movie starts off with a bang. He wakes up. He is an astronaut, but he's not an astronaut. He's a science teacher. So he's confused. We're confused. And as the story continues on, we get flashbacks into his life, which I think is done beautifully. I think if you, as a teller of stories, a creator of stories, which are myself, when I first started books, I would always have large chunks of backstory, like boom, 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 in my stories, and they'd slow the pace down. And it was almost like someone taking a fart at dinner. Like, it was rude and interrupted the flow, and it just wasn't interjected seamlessly into the story. These cutscenes, or these backstory clips that we see of Ryan's character, it was amazing. It wasn't long, but they would like flashback snippets, and that had to be done because, again, he wakes up, he's in space, he's by himself, there's no banter between crew. Movies that work as in, I'm by myself, I'm trapped in a room, there's 2 hours of this. It can get like pretty boring and repetitive, and you have to be a sort of author, sort of actor that can land that ship where it's just you and like a blue screen, or just you talking to yourself, trying to engage the audience for 2 hours. So the acting was top tier for this. The science wasn't too sciencey. Now, I think the reason why I've not read The Martian or Project Hail Mary is that Andy puts a lot of science in his books, and some bits can be quite dry. And I'm not a fan of kind of, don't tell me how a ray gun works, just show me. But hard sci-fi, which is what Andy writes, which is called, it tells the components and how it's built and I don't care. I'm too stupid for that. Just show me that it blasts a planet to smithereens. I get it. It's a big dangerous gun. So I think in The Martian, I might be wrong here, it's a lot more drier than Project Hail Mary. I saw a lot of reviews for Project Hail Mary, the book that is, where they said the science of it was very 7th grade, very easy to digest. And same thing with the movie, very easy to digest. There was no, oh no, we've got to fix the flux capacitor. It was very simple, very easy to digest. Yeah, but without me spoiling too much, action was top notch. I love a good soundtrack. If you know me, I adore a good soundtrack. Interstellar, Gladiator, the first one. I haven't seen the second one. Like, a good soundtrack makes a movie. I write to soundtracks. So Gabriel Rathrig, my partner in crime, we do the Story Forge podcast. He always takes the piss out of me because I have to have like epic soundtracks. When I talk about epic soundtracks, I mean like orchestras going off when there's a battle, or like a slow violin melody when it's a love scene, or just something like that. I love that. So this movie did that great. And they did the good thing of, when you're in space, there's no sound. It's like, so I loved when there were certain points of danger when the main character was in space, and Ryan was in space, and it was just dead. And it was just, you could hear a pin drop, and that was done beautifully, beautifully. But yeah, if you've not seen this movie, as I said, I can't say too much about it. There is someone else that that helps Ryan, that helps the main character in this book. There's someone else, and I love this character. I adore this character. This character got hurt at some points, and my heart went out to this character. That is how you do a good, it's almost like a buddy cop movie, but it's not. That's how you do like a good friendship kind of, I don't know the word, but that's how you do it. It's just, it was effortlessly done. Anyway, I'm not even going to rate this. I don't do ratings. I'm just, like I said, I'm just love talking about good movies or good stories. This is an excellent story, an excellent movie. If you've not seen it, please do. If you have, put in the comments. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. But anyway, on to the next one. Like I said, I don't typically review movies or books, but I think I'll do that a bit more when I've seen something that really excites me. But anyway, big kiss. See you next time.